guys, we're going to be doing a pure deck profile for Darklords here. This one's definitely very interesting because several Darklord builds actually utilize the Archlord Christia or perhaps even Vanity's Fiend, and you never see one that actually purely just focuses on the Darklords alone. So here's my particular take on it, but of course if you want to see a different variant of Darklords, then be sure to check out my channel for the other deck profiles as well. But in the meantime, let's just get started. One of our main boss monsters for this particular one is Darklord Morningstar. Now, of course, this is a pure variant. As a result, playing Morningstar will not make this deck particularly competitive at all. But of course, you're trying to have more fun here and focusing more on the fact that this is a pure Darklord deck profile. But it's definitely a really fun card to go into, and it does a lot of different weird things as well. And considering how people can actually bring out a lot of monsters on the board, it definitely benefits Morningstar's effect. Of course, it's Darklords, so we're going to be playing 3 copies of Yugioh, our main draw power for the deck, and yeah, nothing else to really say. We also have 3 copies of Superbia, allowing you to pretty much special summon more Darklords from the grave. Definitely a 3-off, well worth it. We're also playing 3 copies of Nastin, just a really easy special summon for it, even without the help of the spell cards, so definitely a really nice addition to the deck. 2 copies of Zerato. Sometimes I just want to blow up the field on your opponent's side. He's basically a Raigeki, but he gets destroyed, but it doesn't matter because if you have Superbia and Zerato both on the field, then you pretty much have 2 level 8s going for a rank 8 XC summon. Playing 1 copy of Tezcatlipoca. This card's definitely very nice. It's a hand trap that protects your Darklords from being destroyed, so you could actually play a 2nd copy or maybe even a 3rd copy if you want, but for now I'm playing 1 copy simply because we can actually add him back from the graveyard using Darklord Amdusk's effect. So Amdusk allows you to discard another Darklord card, so one of the spells or traps, and as a result you're putting more resources in the graveyard, and you can add back your Tezcatlipoca as well, so that you could utilize the hand trap again. So it's definitely quite nice to actually do all this stuff. To end things off with monsters, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Darklord Ukabak, basically your Foolish Burial for the deck, and I just think it's definitely very nice to actually just get you started right off the bat. So yeah, very nice card there, and it's your only normal summon for the deck, so as a result of that, there's no issue playing 3 of them. On to spells, we're playing 3 copies of Darklord Contact, basically your monster reborn of the deck, really amazing. Obviously we're going to be playing 3 copies of it. We're also going to be playing 3 copies of Banishment, basically our reinforcement of the army, but of course you could also search for any other Darklord card as well, not just restricted to the monsters, so it's definitely quite nice to go with that. We're playing a Law of Darkness. Our whole deck is all dark monsters, so why not go for Law of Darkness? It's well worth it. This particular build will not be playing Pot of Desires because I think we don't want to lose that many cards that quickly. The draw power is already pretty amazing because we're also playing 3 copies of Trade-ins. We have plenty of targets to go for, so it's quite nice. We're also playing 1 Monster Reborn, basically another extender for the deck, so it's kind of like you're playing 4 copies of those as well. Of course, one of the things that we kind of lack is, we can't really stop our opponents from doing anything to us, and our opponent can easily just use hand traps to stop a lot of these things. So what do? We actually have to utilize Caught by the Grave. We could also just stop their monster effects that actually occur in the graveyard as well, so playing 3 copies of it, so very glad about that, that I finally got my 3rd copy, but yeah, 3 copies, definitely really amazing. Playing 2 copies of Darklord Rebellion because I think 2 is definitely really nice. I don't think we really need to play more simply because 2 works really well, just in case one gets banished. I am playing an extra copy of it, but Darklord Enchantment, same case here, playing 2 copies. But to end things off with traps, we are playing 3 copies of the Sanctified Darklord. I think this card's really amazing in the fact that we can negate monster effects on the field. And since this is a pure Darklord deck profile, it definitely works really well playing 3 copies of these as well. And you could also gain life points, so it's definitely quite nice, allowing you to make the most use of your Darklord monster effect. With the extra deck, we could play a lot of variety of cards here, so I'm going to be playing a number 777, the 7 Sins. We're going to play a number 84 Pain Gainer and a number 35 Ravenous Tarantula. Basically, with the Ravenous Tarantula over here, 2 Ixals on the field could actually go into this. As a result, you could XC summon right over with Pain Gainer, and then on top with 7 Sins, which you basically have this huge 4K beat stick. On top of that, it has a really nifty effect as well, so I just really like having this nice engine in there. But speaking of engines, we also have different cards as well. So we have a Sky Palace Gangradai as our rank 10 options. We are also playing a number 81 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Super Dora. We're playing a Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max as another option as well to burn our opponents. And since we're playing the trains, we're also playing Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libe, basically allowing you to rank up from one of these two, and it's definitely quite nice to actually go into this as well. Also acting as one of our 4K beat sticks, so it's definitely quite nice. For rank 8, we're going for a number 68 Xenophon, the Sky Prison. Definitely a very interesting card, but of course, you could play a lot of different options. I'm also playing Aegion, the Sea Castrum, allowing you to destroy your opponent's extra deck. We are also playing Red Ice Flame Metal Dragon. For our level 7 options, we have Darklord Naston, so he's a level 7, you play 3 copies of him, so if you happen to have 2 on the field, you can go for a lot of different level 7s, such as Big Eye as well, allowing you to take your opponent's monsters. Perhaps we could also go for Mecha Phantom Beast Dracosack, providing you 2 tokens, either to use them as targets to destroy your opponent's monsters, or you could actually utilize these to go for further link summoning as well. We're also going to be playing a number 107 Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, really amazing card. But for links, we're playing Akashic Magician. I just think it's a really nice card since it requires 2 monsters with the same type. All your monsters are fairies, so it definitely works amazingly. And its effect to just bounce back cards is just really nice, so it's definitely something I would consider playing. And we're also playing an Underclock Taker just to help with OTKs. You have a bunch of high attack monsters. As a result, Underclock Taker will help reduce the opponent's monster's attack based on yours, and you can attack for a lot of damage. But this pretty much concludes the whole deck profile, so I hope you guys enjoyed this and actually try out playing this. It's more so fun than competitive. I probably will make a more competitive variant of this, utilizing Archlord Christia in this build, but of course that's for another video. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.